So we're back with another match ramble, and it is Forbidden Door week. Obviously, Forbidden Door is this weekend. AEW New Japan and CMLL and Stardom. Pretty big fucking pay-per-view, pretty big deal. So this week, I'm going to be talking about some Forbidden Door pay-per-view matches, or, Forbidden Door adjacent matches. And we're going to start today with one of our most anticipated matches for Forbidden Door. Because there's a lot that we are anticipating for. Today we're going to be talking about the only other singles match between these two wrestlers. We're going to be talking about Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. at the G1 Climax in 2018. Now, Zack Sabre Jr. is a very weird wrestler to me because I really like Zack. I think Zack's excellent. I think he's a really good wrestler. But the obvious main comparison with Zack Sabre Jr. is Bryan, obviously, because they're both just technical marvels of wrestlers. And, shock, I'm a fucking huge Bryan fanboy. So I feel like with this, it's a good example to just talk about the differences between Zack and Bryan. So I feel like in this match, let's just straight up say it, Bryan and Zack are so technical, so great, but in this match specifically, you don't really let Zack strike, and when they do, it's great. But when you compare this, obviously, to Bryan and Kenny a few years later in AEW, it's so different, where Bryan's technical, don't get me wrong, we're not like this technical. Like, this match is very much holds only, and there's not a problem with that to me, but it is something that, has to be acknowledged that, if you're going to expect something similar to that, you're not going to get it, at least in this match. For the one at Forbidden Door, I think we probably will get more striking. I do love how Zack Sabre Jr. is presented here. I love it. I think he's presented absolutely excellently. I think so Kenny's coming in this as the actual New Japan champ. Obviously, and he was the favourite, like, even before the match, going, who do you think's going to win the G1 in this match? And everyone goes, Kenny! So it's really cool. So the match itself is I like how technical it starts. So obviously, they go for the lock-up. And Zack Sabre Jr. is showing, like, the expertise on the ground. If Zack Sabre Jr. gets you, it's going to be hard to get out. And even Kenny struggles with that. And that's what I really appreciated them presenting it like. Like, there's some shit, like, bro, there's a point where he gets these specific holds, mainly triangles. Oh my god, they're ridiculous. Kenny gets, Kenny's on top for a good bit, and then it does, obviously go to Zack's favour. And when it's in Zack's favour, Zack just is a bit more cocky. He's a bit more, like, dismissive of Kenny. Kenny obviously rising up, not really out of anger, but just out of, like, Zack can't really take his foot off the gas, and I do kind of like that. Obviously, this is a younger Zack Sabre Jr. at this point. I do like, there's one moment here specifically where Kenny's about to do the V-trigger, and he points the finger, obviously, points the finger at Zack, and Zack takes the arm and fucking takes it into an arm triangle. Fucking, that's perfect Zack Sabre Jr. to me. That's absolutely perfect. And obviously, really plays into the counteract. Like, that's what I really like. This every time, it was so counter heavy. And I love counter wrestling. I think Jay White's one of the best to do it in that sense. Like, everyone talks about the finish with Hangman and Jay White at Wrestle Dream. But, like, this is very much Kenny struggling to kind of, because Kenny knows if he lands moves on Zack, they all will be effective, but it's actually a matter of fact of landing the moves because of Zack Sabre Jr. just being open. Like, Kenny goes to do I don't even know if it's a swanton, he just goes to do a dive, and Zack just catches him like a fucking fly trap. It's phenomenal how they do that. It's really good. Like, I like how Kenny goes for a V-trigger and instantly grabs the leg and takes it into a leg lock. The shit like that, it's so good. It's very Bryan-esque, but a lot more snappy. It's so good. Like, even with the Snapdragons with Kenny, it's very much Zack does feel the effect of it, but, like, it's not as effective because Zack's okay with being on his back. It's so genius. I love the psychology in this match. I think it's one of the best psychological matches I've seen. And it does make me obviously more and more excited for the next match of Forbidden Door this week. And I do love it. I love how Zack's just always prepared. Always ready. Fuck that guy. But you know what I mean? Like, always prepared for anything that Kenny. And, like, so quick with it too. I love it. I think that's the way to present someone like Zack Sabre Jr. And I just love how that appeared. Obviously, Kenny gets back into it. Kenny does, and so, like, even with that V-trigger, just drop something. With Kenny, with that V-trigger, when he does even after Zack countered it, he does land it. Even Kenny goes for the one-winged angel, and Zack Sabre Jr. gets the arm lock on it, so he can't, like, technically not reversing it, but you know what I mean? Like, getting it and countering it, even the setup. Like, shit like that, I just think That's incredible. When he does the PK, however, this is what I'm trying to say about the striking. Zack Sabre Jr.'s PK is incredible. It's up there with Shibata's. I love how he delivers it, and it's so brutal. And I love how that's an example for me where if this was more strike heavy, which again, I think the Forbidden Door match will be, it's just, it'll be excellent. It really will. I do love that. I think after that, like, Kenny and Zack obviously get into a bit of a chop fest, nothing insane, and then Kenny's kind of going for the roll-ups and the pins, like he does a crossbody, you know, Zack does it to him, you know, where he does the pin and he leans over, shit like that, and then Kenny eventually does go, it's a weird finish, I will say it's a weird finish, but I kind of like it. It's Kenny basically goes for a roll-up, and then Zack kind of reverses it, but then Kenny reverses it into a roll-up, and it's like, Kenny tries to go, okay, look, I'll fucking go on the ground with you, I don't care. Kind of test him. So obviously he's very cautious, very more tactical with it. But, you know, going against the floor and Zack Sabre Jr. and making that out with a roll-up pin, which it is technically a roll-up pin, is nuts. It's nuts. It's such an achievement. Obviously to put over that he is the champ. Zack's devastated by it. Obviously Kenny wins. And it's, as a match, as a small enclosed bell-to-bell match, I think it's one of, I've seen a lot, not a lot, but I've seen a good bit of Zack Sabre Jr., so I feel confident in talking about it. It's one of the best I've seen Zack Sabre Jr. presented ever. Like, even in the match versus Roddy at PWG, he presented well, but I think this is the technical marvel, obviously, against the Bryan matches. Even the fucking Nigel McGuinness match, like, it feels like this one is very much a snap. It's very, like a fly trap. I feel like that's the best way to describe it. It's, you come at me the ground on me, and you are fucked. It's like, it's kind of like some MMA matches, if I'm honest, where if they just go to if they go, like, obviously now with modern MMA, it's like very much come to the ground, I'll fucking destroy you. And it feels like Zack's just very much there, but he won't wait for Kenny to come to the ground. He'll force it. It's so good. It's so good. Obviously, Kenny looks phenomenal, as you expect. New Japan Kenny at this point. Like, Kenny goes to do one of his dives early on, and Zack Sabre Jr. obviously grabs the leg. Shit like that. Kenny's just, what else can you say about Kenny here? But I think the real star of the show here is Sabre Jr. And I think that's something that Kenny intends to do psychologically with his matches. But I really, really enjoyed this. I thought this was a solid match. It makes me obviously a lot more excited for the Forbidden Door match. I think it's excellent. I think it's a super, super great match. For a G1 match as well, I highly recommend it. I think the amount of stuff they were able to get in terms of presentation about the two specific characters, I think that works. But specifically with Zack Sabre Jr., I highly recommend it. It makes me so much more excited for the Forbidden Door match, as I've said. I highly recommend everyone to watch it. It's super good. Super, super good. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny Omega's only 1v1 match until this weekend again at Forbidden Door. Let me know what you think of this match if you've seen it. Let me know what you're thinking about Kenny versus Zack Sabre Jr. on towards Forbidden Door. And let me know what you think of Zack Sabre Jr. as a whole, because I think he's pretty damn good.